Hello, everyone. In my series, Attributes of an Abuser, we are going to be covering various types of abuse. And in today's episode, we are talking about verbal abuse. Verbal abuse is quite rampant in our society and in our world. It has been over the last few years, always been around, but it's become more more visible in the last few years, I think. So some of the call the abuser an abuser, someone who constantly does this. It's not someone that once in a while does name calling or whatever the different types are. So name calling is one of the attributes of an abuser. They use insults, call people names, stupid, worthless, anything that can directly attack their self-esteem. Threats and intimidation, such as verbal threats to cause harm, control your behavior, or instill fear. This can range from threats of physical harm to threatening to leave or to harm themselves, manipulating the recipient, the victim's actions through fear. Constant criticism or repeatedly criticizing their victim for their choices of appearance, thoughts, cooking, any number of things. It's the criticism that goes on. Blaming and shaming are other attributes of an abuser. They do that to make their victim feel at fault, sometimes for the abuser's actions themselves. Anything that goes wrong. Shaming someone aims to instill a sense of guilt and inferiority in them. Screaming or yelling that happens frequently is not, and it's not just a simple disagreement, but it's often very frequent. And the silent treatment is also a type of verbal abuse because they're refusing to communicate. They pretend not to hear, and they can use silence as a weapon. It's a form of emotional control, and it can invalidate the victim's feelings, and your needs. Some of the effects of verbal abuse can have on you. Well, constant verbal abuse can significantly, and it will significantly lower your self-worth, your self-esteem, and can lead to feelings of worthlessness or inadequacy. And stress. The stress of verbal abuse can also lead to anxiety, depression, and other mental health issues. You might feel constantly on edge, anticipating when the next attack is going to happen. Victims of verbal abuse may also isolate themselves from their friends and family, sometimes because of the shame or because their abuser has manipulated them into doing so, deepening their feelings of loneliness and helplessness. Experiencing verbal abuse can lead to difficulties in trusting others, impacting future relationships and the ability to form connections, healthy connections. Chronic stress from verbal abuse can also manifest in the physical health problems, such as headaches, sleep disturbance, weakened immune system, and others. These are a few of the examples, and they're in my forthcoming book. Working title currently is Stepping into Your Freedom, A Journey of Healing from the Wounds of Toxic Relationships. Please tune in for more. And as always, I'm available for conversation. You can schedule one with me at margaretmartin.com or send an email to info@margaretmartin.com. Thank you. And I hope you're finding these recordings, these videos helpful. Take good care.